RadioOnFire.com. Yours truly, Dominic K. Thank you for joining me. Tonight we're going to get into a post-show and a review of President Obama's 2015 State of the Union address, which took place today, obviously. This State of the Union could be subtitled, "It is the Right Thing to Do." Now, President Obama came out, as usual, with the normal swagger and confidence that he always has exhibited. He started out talking about the costly war on terror and 10 million Americans that got health coverage due to the Affordable Care Act, oil prices having dropped, and the American people being less dependent on foreign oil. He spoke about the recovery from the recession, 11 million new jobs that have been created, inflation being at its lowest rate in 15 years, the prohibition of torture, the attempt and the desire of his to close Guantanamo Bay, and things like that. So there were various points in times, obviously, when people applauded and cheered, and for the most part, people were listening intently and very respectful. When he spoke about the gas prices, which everyone has noticed have gone down, he spoke about families saving $750 a year at the pump. More Americans are finishing college than ever before. There was a big focus on education, higher education, speaking about community college and the such. The basic theme that President Obama was putting forth in this State of the Union address was that the crisis has passed and the State of the Union is strong. He definitely wanted to hammer that at home, and there was a lot of talk about bipartisan. Some people who may not be that heavy into politics, maybe you don't know what bipartisan means. And I'm going to break it down in layman's terms. Bipartisan, when he speaks about bipartisanship, this is both parties agreeing. Now, a lot of times the parties, Republicans and Democrats, are divided because of their beliefs of their party. So when he speaks about bipartisanship, it's about coming together and agreeing to get bills passed and things like that. Another interesting thing that came up, the budget. Now, it's 2 weeks away from being submitted. This is always a scary time when the budget is submitted and Congress wants to fight him on things or not agree. He also said that he has a tour, that he's going to be crisscrossing the country in support of this budget. So I'm sure that that's going to be the next focus of everything. President Obama also spoke about a Minneapolis family that had a rough patch and now seem to be back on their feet. A middle-class family, a strong, tight-knit family who made it through some hard times. President Obama wanted to equate the country with this tight family, that they're just like you and me and average Americans. It was a good moment. There were some pictures of the family, and they were actually sitting with the First Lady, Michelle Obama. President Obama also listed some things that were in place to hopefully prevent another recession. He also said that if a bill comes across his desk to repel the progress that they've made on immigration or health care, he will veto it. I thought that that was a very, very strong point that he made, and I'm sure that a lot of Republicans were upset at those statements. Child care costs are more than community college in 31 out of 50 states. President Obama wants to lower the cost of community college to zero. That would be an amazing thing. He also pointed out two places, one with a Republican controlled government and one with a Democratic controlled government, that has zero cost for community college, and things are going fine. So that is seemingly one of his next goals. We want everyone to share and contribute to America's success. This is one of the things that President Obama said in this State of the Union address. Child care seems to be next on his list, definitely something with a high priority. He also mentioned the shift in dealings with Cuba and wants to move on ending the embargo that's been 50 years now. I'm glad that President Obama mentioned Ferguson and New York. He said that he wanted to make things fair and protect and serve all. There was definitely a tone there that was something that I think that everyone can grab onto, no matter where you stand on Ferguson or the recent happenings in New York. My highlight, when a Republican clapped, or several Republicans clapped, when President Obama said, "I have no more campaigns to run," some Republicans started clapping, and President Obama was quick on his feet, and he said, "Well, I did win both of my campaigns, you know." And that was more of the swagger that he has. All in all, there are going to be some people who don't like what President Obama said. I, for one, thought he said what was necessary. And even in the wake of the 2014 victories for Republicans, these next 2 years, I think that the tide will switch when the time comes. Definitely the Democrats seem strong. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of bickering from both sides on this. All in all, I thought that it was a very good speech. It's an effective speech. And the next to the last one, he has one more in 2016, and then he'll be wrapping things up. I definitely want to know your thoughts, as I enjoyed the speech and thought that it was a good one, and there are some definite good goals in the horizons. Let me know your thoughts on Instagram and Twitter at The Diamond K Show. Of course, radioonfire.com is where you can go to find out more about us. This is Real Talk in Real Time. Yours truly, Diamond K. Thanks for listening. I will see you guys next time.